Hello, everyone. Welcome to another day. It's Friday. Happy Friday. I hope you're all doing great. Thank you so much for joining me on another day of live streaming. How are you all doing? I hope you're all as excited about Friday and the upcoming weekend as I am. Hi, Akash. I was literally thinking, when will you come? And you just post on X. Yeah. How are you doing? Azimuddin, welcome. Suhail, how's it going? Inquisitive, good to see you, Inquisitive. I am doing great. Solving bugs from yesterday? Which bugs? Oh my god, Pinak, it's been a while. How have you been? Where have you been? I have been here. You started streaming after my bedtime. Oh no. Do you know about WebRTC? Yes. Anjali, welcome. How are you? I am good. I'm excited. We're almost at the end of this project, and I can see the end. It's been a lot of learning, but it's been a lot of fun. So I'm happy we can wrap this up. Um, I took the day off yesterday from live streaming because I had such little sleep on Wednesday night, and I woke up at like 12. I was like, oh, damn, I missed the live stream, but okay, let's take a day's break. And then I posted about burnout. Oh, the audio might be too loud. Right? What happened to some Bollywood movie reactions with your dev friends? Haven't done that yet. But I did perform on a Bollywood song with my dev friends, if that counts. I saw that. Let's say I'll make 50 web RTC connections. So will it be good to handle them on a use state or just handle in class? Stack is Next.js. Use state. I think 50 web RTC connections in use state may not be a good one. I would probably put them in use effect. But actually, I may even like put it in a new library. Let's see. If you have some code, send it over. I can take a look. So I think what I would do is I would use effect to update them, and I would put them in a ref. But depends on what you're doing. And why do you need 50? Okay. We have been streaming for 10 minutes, and today's episode is a fun one because we're gonna wrap up everything we've been doing for the last like 4 months in this app and bring it to a conclusion. And we're gonna wrap this up. And um, we've been building an agent in this month, but before that, we've been building a recommendation engine as well. And we're gonna use this time to wrap up our recommendation engine and wrap up our AI agent, which is the real estate agent, and then use our recommendation engine as well. So we're gonna club everything that we've built so far and wrap up our app. So let's get into it. Okay, here is what we're gonna do. So if you have not seen this in a while and you're just returning, here is what we've been doing. We've been building this real estate app, and you can look for a property like try an example search. Looking for a 3-bedroom house in Seattle in the starting range of 1 million to let's say 2 million for sale. And then if I hit search, thinks about it, and it returns me back a list of properties which it thinks matches my recommendations. This is weird. Why is it sending me $4.95? Something must be super off. We will take a look at that. Let's see. I think this has been giving this error for a while, so let's see what's going on. Global parse properties, which is an API JS. Okay, before we get into the code, let me demo the rest of the app. And we've been building an AI agent over so far, right? So what you do is, let's say there's a property you like, you can ask it a question. So you can click on this ask a question button, and then we have this chatbot now. So you can ask any question about that property, and depending on which app or which property you clicked, it'll update the address as well. So it'll say, ask me anything about this property. So you can say something like, what is the neighborhood like? And the reason we are doing this is because, let's say when you're looking for a house, you usually like find a few properties, and then once you find something, you usually like ask your real estate agent, or like you do Google search about that property. You would ask your real estate agent things like, well, what is the area in here? Or you would ask them things like, what is the rental income you could get? So the thing is, you can get all of that by just using an AI agent, and the AI agent can look up everything it needs to by doing a web search. So instead of you having to do it, the AI agent understands which tools it needs to use. So for example, if you're asking it about the rental income, it can look up that by opening like real estate sites like Redfin. But if you're looking for something like, what is the how safe is this neighborhood, or how good is the school district, it understands what to look for, and it can do that by itself. So it has a lot of reasoning built in, and it can act upon the question that you've done, which is an important part of building an agent. So we said, what is the neighborhood like? It says the neighborhood of this street is in the prime Ravenna-Bryant neighborhood. It offers great access to University Village, retail, restaurants, and transit. The area features period interior details such as this and this. The neighborhood is highly desirable and close to parks. Perfect. So with this, you know that this is a good neighborhood, and then it also says you can find more information here. Now I can also ask it, what is the rental income of this property? So for example, if I was to buy this house and I was to rent it out, what kind of money I can expect? So it says the rental income for this property is approximately $3,300 for a 4-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. Perfect. How expensive is that? That's like $10 million. $10 million for a $3,300 house. That's not a lot, right? So you can kind of see that you can ask it questions. It's basically a real estate agent. And then you would say, what do you think? Let's see what is it. What do you think about this property? Let's see what it thinks. Because that's typically what you would ask a real estate agent, right? Give me your expert opinion. So it says, okay, so it actually gives you information that is more like, wait, 109. Oh, it's $1 million house. Okay, $1 million, $3,300. It's not bad. So you can say you can find more details about this on this website. It doesn't really give you any opinion on it, which is expected because it's a tool. It uses LLM, so that's fine. What about the state of the community project? Oh yeah, I still have to talk about that. Let's talk about towards the end of the stream. I left the changes on the screen layout. Sweet! I made it a bit more simple. I'm still adding a bit more things, but I added a bit more simple, cleaned it up a little, made it easier to see my face, made it easier to see who's the recent follower and who's chatting, and some links that people have been asking about. So thank you. Hey, Coding Jesus. Currently just handling them in separate class and map. There are a lot of things in that class, so thinking to break class into a bunch of hooks. Code is very messy, can't send you. It's very shameful. Just send her, don't worry. There's no judgment here. Okay, cool. So now what do we want to do today? If you have been around for a while, you may remember that we've also done like this recommendation engine. So what happens is if you ask a question, or like if you liked or disliked a property earlier, if you remember, we would also show you a list of recommended properties. We have not been able to finish that up, so let's go ahead and finish that. In that, what we used to do is if you like a property, we'll do a vector search compared to everything that we have in our database, and then we'll check which property matches this database, and then we'll show you other properties that are similar to that property. And why that's going to be helpful is because you see that people are asking a question about a property, right? So we know that they're interested in something like this. So when they ask a question, we could show them more properties at the bottom. Now, because we've built a tool, a web search tool, it knows that the user has stopped asking question, or it knows when the responses are not coming in. So once the user has stopped asking questions, we can say, here are some other properties you might like. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to show you a recommended property based on the property that you are inquiring about. And if you remember, we have actually built the back end of it. We've built the recommendation part of it. So let's go ahead and pull that up. We've got property details, save property, parse property, save property to DB, fetch properties. I think the app is called recommendations.jsx. Okay, I'm gonna open this up, send it over to my home page. अपना education के बारे में बताओ ना, means BTech, MTech. I made a whole video on where I did education, so I'll share that. It's like a whole story. I did part of my education in India, part of my education in Canada, and now I live in the US. Let me share this with you. I feel like my journey has been, yeah, this video. Should go on a work in Japan, just go on a world tour. Oh, speaking of going to Japan, I am coming to India. I will see you in India. If you guys are in India, I'm going to Delhi and I'm going to Mumbai. And I will be there on 15th May. Less than a month. So if you're in either Delhi or Mumbai, let me know. I would love to do a meetup. Hey, Eddie! Good to see you. How are you doing? Happy bright sunny morning to you too. How did Japan remind you of India? World tour reminded me of India. Okay, what was I looking for? I lost my train of thought. I haven't gone back to India in 12 years. Oh my god. Do you still have family there? Ikamjot, Hunar, oh my god, how are you guys? Make a video on day in the life of Shruti Kapoor as a developer. I would like to make that. I don't know who would watch it. In the morning, I wake up and drink my chai, and then I sit down to live stream, and then I contemplate my life decisions, and then I watch TV. And then it's 5 o'clock and I regret my life decisions. Yeah, my dad's side of family is everyone in India. Oh, okay. My mom and dad, both their sides of family are in India still. What about that amazing place, Paris, you're visiting before India? Tell something about that too. Yes, I am going to be in Paris. I am speaking at React. I'm speaking at StrappyConf. I will be giving a talk on... I'll be giving a talk on best practices in React, and I'll be talking about rendering optimizations, moving from React to Next.js, when to do all of that, and some best practices of adopting Next.js and when you should think about it. I'm pretty excited about it because this is a video that I wish, or like a talk that I wish I had. So I'm going to be talking about like how to make your app more performant and when do you add Next.js to a project, because I feel like a lot of tutorials just go on talking about, well, you have this project and let's just use Next.js for it. We're going to add streaming, we're going to add server-side rendering, but why do you need all of that and when should you use that? You could just start off with like a simple React project and then you can add Next.js when you need to. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm excited about it. People watch you write code, they'll definitely watch your day-to-day vlog. That is a good point, Hunar. How is this content creator, everybody? Yeah, how is this content creator? I am new here. What's going on in Tech Stack? Hey, Varun, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are working on an AI agent. Our tech stack is... Wow, I totally blanked on there for a second. Our tech stack is actually in the README file, and I have linked the GitHub repo in the description as well. We are using here. Let's see. Let's go to the section. We are using React 19 with Tailwind CSS, Tanstack Router, Tanstack Query, Zushtan. Wait, Tanstack Router was not called React Router. That is true. And then for backend, we're using Express, Node.js, Convex, LangChain, LangGraph, and OpenAI. Express, JS, and Express. And we're also using AI through OpenAI's LLM. And then we're using Zillow API for getting these real estate listings. Pin the GitHub repo link, please. It is actually in the description now. Let me verify. Is it in the description? It should be in the description. I've added a bunch more links in the description, so go check it out. Let's see if it is in the description. Show Pepper, please. Pepper is actually not in the room right now. She's not feeling well. Okay. Mute this. And okay, it's right here, GitHub. There you go. Oh, I'm also studying in Chandigarh University. Oh, are you? I have family there. Which university are you in? Are you in CCT or are you in Peck? Or are you in Punjab University? I'm split 50-50. Everyone from my mom's side of the family is in US and everybody from the dad's side in India. So you have a reason to go back. Pin the GitHub repo link, please. Why Zushtan? Why not Redux? Why not Redux? Because Redux is pretty heavy, and for us, we just needed to store some things. Like we need to store a function and maybe like one more variable. So Zushtan is pretty simple and easy that way. No actions, nothing needed. It's literally like using Zushtan is kind of like a combination of use like hooks and Redux. So it's got the best of both worlds, plus it's super lightweight, so that's why Zushtan. What happened? She's got like bumps on her back for some reason. We gave her vaccination for rabies and we think it might be because of that. I don't know, we're taking her to the vet after this. Chandigarh Group of College, CGC London. Okay. Alrighty, so let's add the recommended thing. We have been working on this for a while, so we actually have recommendations like built in. I'll talk about how we've built recommendations maybe in the video because we've done that for a while now. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about like how to actually incorporate this. So So fetch recommendation. So basically, what we do is if we've got your property, if we've got like a list, if you've got a property that you've clicked and we can find similar properties in the database, which in the database we've stored these properties before, then we can do a vector search to check if this property is similar to another property. Why did you land ran? What is it? I don't know how to spell it. She's well. She's just got, I hope she's well. She's just got some bumps on her back. But she's sitting outside my door, so she might come in. I think it might be a side effect of the vaccine that we gave her. I hope that's all that it is. supposed to be a dad joke. Oh, why his land ran? Oh, why did your land ran? Okay. That's funny. My both pets slept whole day after rabies. Oh, what kind of pets do you have, Akash? Okay, right, generate recommendations. So let's go ahead. I think if you have been around for that recommendation list, or like the stream on recommendations, you might remember that we were actually getting properties back. So if I log this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna import this app, this recommendations component within app.jsx, and we get we have this real estate agent. So this is where I'm going to add my recommendations. There it is. Get properties.length if greater than 0, then add recommendations. And I believe we add recommendations based on okay, so we're just checking on the properties list. So let's go ahead and try that. So now if I do an example search, look it up, ask a question, and then we should be seeing our recommended list, which is in here. So let's see what we've got in recommendation list. We need to get a property, and then oh yeah, if we liked something, then we would be sending a recommendation thing. So let's open what was it, property actions. Cat and a dog. Oh, cool. You've got both of them. Prince, welcome. How's it going? Can you play the guitar behind you? Yes, I can play the guitar behind me. I'm not very good at it, but I can play. Okay, right, generate recommendations. So we're basically checking if we have fetch recommendations, then we're going to generate recommendations. And then this is where we're using Zushtan. So we check if we've got a use recommended property. Like if we have a liked property, then we're going to get recommendations out of it. But we have changed our app a little bit, and we don't have a liked property, but we have a property that we're asking a question on. So let's do that. We have this property, use agent store state.property. So we're going to check that if we have a property like this, property coming from real estate agent. So basically, if we ask a question about a property, we want to show recommendations on that property. So then in the recommendations list, we just have to look for another property. So instead of using recommended prop store, we also need to call our use real estate agent store from store/agent store, and then we say property, because that's what it has, state.property, and remove this. So that means that's the property that people are asking questions about, and then we're just going to use that property to ask for recommended properties. So now in use effect, we say state.property, fetch recommendations for state.property. And then we're going to subscribe to this new store as well. And basically, anytime we update the question that we're asking, we're going to get new recommendations for a new property. So let's go ahead and see what we get back. I'm going to try an example search, and then I'm going to hit search. And just to make sure that I'm also getting something back, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say div command X. I'm also going to say generating recommendations. All right, just to check that we were actually calling recommendations. And of course I have some issues. Cool. So ask a question. We see, okay, we've got generating recommendations because we have a property that we clicked. But we're not getting anything back because we probably have no recommended properties. So where are we logging this stuff? Oh, console. Console. Async function undefined is not a supported convex type. Property.onDislike. Wow. Okay, this is in recommendations.jsx. So that is this property, which means we've got something. And now let's go ahead and property log this property's result. We have, do we get anything back? Property's result is nothing, I believe. I'm gonna log property's result in here. Love the way you answer a question with a smile and kindness. I also have to learn that. Oh, thank you. I strive to be kind. Properties result. Okay, let's try this. And then let's go and generate recommendations. Let's also see what's going on. So in this function, we've got, we're doing an action. We're doing a convex action, which actually does the job of checking, if one property is similar to another property based on a certain filters. And those filters are price, number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and nice to haves. And why we're doing this is because if you like a property that is like $1 million range, it's likely that you'll also like another property that is also $1 million range, maybe in the same address, in the same neighborhood. So actually let's add like street address as well. What was that street address? I think it's the street address and city. So that does a proximity search as well. And then the nice to have feature does a search on the characteristics of the house as well. And the nice to have features would have something like a backyard, a front yard, a swimming pool, things like that. All right, so try an example search and hit search. Alrighty, and then if I go back to search, I wanna, try an example search. Do I see recommended properties? Oh, there's an error in my code. Right, yesterday I was doing something and I ended up adding some code. Let's remove this. Where is this? Import agent. Where is this? Convex def, resolve, import convex. TS. Okay, I'm going to comment this out, comment this out. Actually comment this out and uncomment this. Alright. unexpected. Oh, right. There we go. Cool. Convex is ready. Perfect. All right. So now let's ask a question. Some errors coming in. What's the problem? Property actions while running a different async function undefined is not a supported convex type. Present at path property dot on the select. That's fine. Oh, that's totally fine. But what we need is actually recommended properties, which we're not getting back. So let's see what's in generate recommendations. Convex actions. Or is it vector functions? Similar properties and cool. Let's see what we get back in here. So I'm going to console log results in here. And let's see what recommended properties we're getting back. Thoughts on Hono over Express.js. Hono has been one of the things that I've been wanting to try. So I haven't tried it myself, but I've heard really good things about Hono. So check it out. Okay. Ask a question, reload this. Try, search. All right, ask a question about this. Where is my console log? I don't see it. Let's open generate recommendations. This is vector functions. Vector functions. It's probably not here. So we have, I have recommendations. Let's see what we get back. Recommendations. Store. Let's see what the value in the store is. So we've got set recommended properties, dislike, like property, recommendations.jsx. The value we're looking for is this one, properties result, generate recommendations, and also we're going to put a breakpoint here. So now if I ask a question, what is the value I get back? Okay, I have something in property, perfect. Then play. And generate recommendations. I gotta go to generate recommendations as well. Vector functions dot similar properties. Why is that not generating something? Let's make sure we're subscribed correctly. So we are subscribing to use real estate agent store, which means that when we click a question on ask a question, and then we are hopefully within this real estate agent. Oh, wait, we're not. Okay, let's ask a question. How is this neighborhood? What is this neighborhood like? Let's ask a question. And the reason is because we're probably not selling the property in the real estate agent store itself. So now, okay, now I got a real estate agent looking for chat history. Oh, thanks for following. Hi, aimless user. AimL user. Is it aimless user? Is that what it stands for? Okay, so we've got some chat history. Perfect. By the way, I built this chatbot yesterday. I think it's looking pretty good. Okay, so we've got a property, and then we've got, do we have a property in our recommendations list? Let's take a look. I'm gonna go to my real estate agent store. Real estate agent store. Agent store. What are you working on? AI ML user. Oh, you're right. AI ML user. I'm working on building a AI real estate agent, and I have been creating this AI agent with OpenAI and LangGraph. Today, I'm adding a feature so that when you click on a property and you ask questions about this, we have built this like real estate agent, kind of like a chatbot, but it's actually an agent in the background. It's using web search tools to answer your questions. When you ask a question about this, we also want to show you more properties that are similar to that property. So that's what I'm working on today. Now, we've already built the recommendation agent previously, or like recommendation engine previously, and it actually used to pick up a property that was kind of like a like-dislike property. So we used to have a like-dislike button, just like in Netflix. But I removed those buttons, and now I want the recommendation properties to come when you ask a question about that property. So that's what we're trying to fix. Alrighty, so basically the important part here is that we set a property when you like a property, and then I also want to console log that property. And that'll help me understand if this subscription that I have, use real estate agent store. Hold on. This is called use agent store. So it should be called use agent store. Use agent store dot subscribe. Okay. Now I'm going to pick a property, the one that they liked, the one that people are asking questions about. And when on subscription, which is when property has changed or its zip ID, like the specific ID that the person is looking for has changed, I want to fetch recommendations. So then when I actually fetch recommendations, I'm going to say console.log property, or I'm going to say generating recommendations. And I know that I was able to pick this up, right? So I'm going to click on generate recommendations, and I'm going to see what's in similar properties. And this is probably where I should do a log of the property itself. Let's just generate log embeddings. Cool. So let's give it a reload and then try an example search. Hit search. At Slack, is staff engineer higher than senior engineer? Yes. I think that's true for every place. Oh, it's a great tool I'm currently using for automation with the custom LLM, and it works really well. It's also easy to set up and get running. You can also connect it with a database easily and then chat based on your data. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. I took a screenshot of that so I can remember. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask a question. I'm gonna say, what is this property like? Cool. And then if I ask in console, I've got async function is undefined. That's fine. All right, real estate agent does its job. Set chat history. Actually, let's remove this. Then what do I have in my console? Okay, it's generating recommendations. Perfect. For this property, that is in the front end. So we are calling this. We're calling this correctly. Perfect. We didn't get back anything yet. Properties result. Okay, and then there is an error in convex type. Let's see what that error is. Async function is undefined convex type, blah blah blah, property dot on dislike in original object. That's fine. Let's go ahead and check that. I think that's it. It's an action. So let's go ahead and find convex actions. Vector functions, and I might have an action something. Where is this? Property actions, and I got thumbs up, use agent store. Okay, cleaned a bit of code. You see that trolling post in which people are roasting OpenAI because they are saying no engineers AGI is coming and hiring engineer with 1.2 million. I have not seen that post. All right. Now I'm also gonna quickly restart my server. What is this? AI SDK, property details. This is the front end. This is the back end. I'm gonna quickly restart this as well. Cool. Okay, what is this error? Ask a question. Fetch recommendations. Socket. Okay. Now I am. Oh. Object is missing field preference. Okay, cool. So it did actually call generate recommendations and it's saying object is missing field preference, which is fine. So we're gonna move to, it said, move this to v.preference. Let's open schema. Where is preference? v.optional. Cool. Change string to float. No, that is a string. Alrighty, now if I ask a question, play. What do I get back? Okay, reload this. Oh, I have an error. Okay. Can you tell me what's your main expertise lies in skill-wise or experience-wise? I'm a front-end engineer, been working in the industry for 11 years. If you're using OpenAI for the chatbot on your website, how do you plan to handle multiple users at once? I'm a direct API calls can sometimes cause delays or issues when there's heavy traffic. Just curious, as I'm a student and still a beginner in this area. If you're using OpenAI for chatbot on your website, I have not added multiple users yet. I've been thinking about adding authentication so that there can be multiple users. Honestly, for the use case right now, I haven't really thought about that. I've noticed that direct API calls can sometimes cause delays or issues when there's heavy traffic. Just curious. I think the question that you have in mind is unrelated to OpenAI. You're going to have that problem when you have multiple API calls anyways. So you have to think about like how you're going to balance your API calls. So that is unrelated to OpenAI, but I think this is a good question, especially when you have multiple users, multiple traffic. Okay, what do we get back now? Object is missing in field. Oh, I thought I moved it already. Okay, similar properties. Let's look it up. Similar properties. Oh, right. Fix this. Alrighty, fetching recommendations. Play. What do we get back in properties result? Generate recommendations. What do we see in the backend? Oh, same problem. We've got an extra field properties that is not in the value. Property details. Oh. Wait, where is property details? Property details. Vector function similar properties has an extra field property details. Let's find this out. So we've got image, price, street address, validator has bedrooms, image, source, preference. This is property details. Extra field property details. Oh. Property details. Oh, where is this coming from? Oh, property details dot home type. Gotcha. Oh, I see. Okay, this is something that we added recently, property details, and that just means like what kind of house it is. Is it a like a apartment or townhouse? So we added this new field, and Convex is just complaining that you've got a new field, but it's not in the validator, so you just gotta add it. Okay, home type. And then I think when we send it over, we probably receive it in our property fields, and it's just complaining that we can't find it in our schema. I think I don't need property details. Recommendations and generate recommendations, similar properties. Okay. I'll chat with you later. I'll talk to you soon. Full stack engineer with expertise in front end. Yes. Why do you ask that, Coding Jesus? Okay, validator. Where is my validator? I have to open my schema. Okay. It's weird that I have a home type here, but I'm also getting property details. Somebody somewhere is sending an extra field. It's in vector functions. Home type. Okay, convex functions ready. So if I ask and then I play. Okay, so that happens when, okay, let's try it again. When did that happen? So ask a question. Ask a question. Okay, I've got this. No errors right now. Move on. Move on. Okay, that created a problem, right? So that was the, what was that? Generate recommendations. I forgot that. Again, different property, ask a question. Okay, properties result. I think that is the one that causes that error. So let's watch. And now if I move on from this, yeah, that's the one that causes an error. So let's go ahead and find this. And that is in this one, generate recommendations. That's the one that's causing an error. So let's go ahead and find it. We've got generate recommendations, which actually calls the convex action, which is similar properties. And if I add property details, do I even send property details? What is, let's log what am I sending over? Recommendations. And I'm going to log my, oh no, I do have this in here. So I've got it in my console. Property. I do have a property details. Okay, that's the problem. I have this extra field in here called property details, and it's just saying that we can't accept that, which is fine. We can send, let's create a clean version of this property. Yeah, this is everything that we need, and then we're just going to send this clean version over to bedrooms, bathrooms, city, street address, price, image source, zip ID. And I think that is everything that the vector function needs. Bedrooms, bathrooms, city, street address. Let's check this. Bedrooms, bathrooms, city, street address, price, image source, zip ID. I do want to send, oh, preference. I actually don't have preference. And then nice to have, I don't have. No, I do have nice to have. Probably don't have. It's fine. Let's skip it. Okay. So that should clear what we send over, because now we're not just going to send like the entire property. We're going to take out the fields that we expect to do a vector search on and only send those fields. And that should fix the problem that we're getting. Reload. Can you please make a video on design principles? Choosing right color combinations, fonts, etc. because I suffer a lot while starting the front end of a project. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a designer, so I'm not an expert on it, but I could make a video on that. Um, Basically, how to start a front end project and how to make the design look pretty enough. Okay. I'm still getting a validation error. Oh, home type. Object is missing the required field home type. Alrighty, let's go ahead and make that optional as well. Actually, hold on. What I could do is similar properties. Home type is property. I have property details, and then I can send home type is property details. Enter. Cool. So that takes care of this, similar properties. Cool. Let's try this again. How many things can go wrong? Okay. Do we have an error? We probably have an error. Missing in V optional. Interesting, which means we are not getting that back. Let's make it optional. Okay. Try an example search. I'm gonna restart this. Oh. Wait, what? Vector functions.css is not a valid path. Okay, that's bizarre. That is so weird. Okay, it says I cannot post to this address because vector functions.css is not a valid path to a convex module. Module path has an extension that isn't JS. When did vector functions become CSS? Let's log into this. All right, let's see my database. Oh, look at all these failure rates. What data do I have? Okay, I've got a preference. Do I have a home type? I do have a home type. So how's this home type coming? If it always kept complaining. Nice to have empty, which is fine. So I can actually remove nice to haves from my list of similarity search because it's currently empty. Oh, then why am I sending property details in here? Should not be sending property details. What else? Home type property details. I'm also going to log what's in property details dot home type. Hey, Ujjwal. Tuned in late today. No worries. Good to see you. Okay. Alright folks, I am getting pissed by this error, so this is break time. Let's try it one more time. Let's give it one more shot. I'm getting this super weird error. I'm getting an error that the module is a CSS module, so it cannot work. I have no idea why that's happening. Okay, let's try this again. Restart Convex and then also restart my server. Start from a clean slate. Oh, see again. Vector function.css is not a valid path. I don't know why this is happening. So let's do diff. What did I do? Git diff. Okay, import type vector functions from property.js. That's fine. Declare this full API. I don't know what's going on there. Const components. I did not change any of this. Oh, I know. I think it's probably when I added some agent things. I updated filter fields from nice to have to price and bedrooms, and then added property details in. Oh, this is where the problem is. Okay. Okay, this is where the problem is. Let's go to vector functions and I gotta remove this thing. And also let's make sure, okay, cool. Awesome, that is looking good. That was the only problem. I had like a weird property details import in there, and so it thought that it was a CSS module because I was having JSX in here. Live or pre-recorded? I don't know, you tell me. Okay, ask a question. Now let's try. Oh, perfect. I'm getting recommendations now. Sweet. Check this out. This means nothing to you right now, but I bet you these are actually recommendations. So basically, here's what we get back. We're getting back embeddings. And then if you remember when we were logging this, I'm going to open the component, recommendations component. We logged, hold on, this is in vector functions. Here, these are the embeddings we generated from OpenAI. It looks like this. And basically, we converted the property that we're sending over into an embedding. So it looks like this, right? That's what the embedding looks like. And then it's going to do a vector search on the property, the one that we sent by embeddings, using these fields. And we're going to get back 5 properties that look similar to the property that we're sending over. And so when we log the results, it's actually going to give us a list of properties that look similar to the property that we sent. So it's giving us a score. Now, but the next thing we have to do is we have this results. And this is actually a database ID array. So these are all IDs in the database. The next step we have to do is just fetch these IDs from the database, and then we're going to be good. But at this point, I'm going to pause right here. Is it open source? Yes, it is open source. Actually, speaking of it, let me also commit this code. The GitHub link is in the YouTube description, but I can also send it to you. I'm going to type this out, so I hope this is the right link, but it is on my Git, Shruti Kapoor 08/learning-AI. That's where the code is. But if you follow YouTube, then you'll find it in the description as well. So I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to commit my code, but I also want to tell you that this is going to be the last time we're building an AI agent. We're going to wrap this up. We have a weekend, I have a weekend coming up, so I'm going to wrap this up, convert this into a video, and then I'll show you exactly what I did in a video, which is going to be posted on my YouTube channel, and I will be releasing that next week. So stay tuned for that. All of the code is going to be there. It's going to be like an hour-long tutorial telling you how to make a AI agent, real estate AI agent that takes care of recommending properties and also lets you answer questions based on a property, incorporates a web search tool. An important part of an AI agent is the ability to use a tool to react, reason, and act. And so we're going to use the web search tool to do that. We have done that. Adding recommendations. Good check out name. And then get merge and next agent. And then get push this. Cool. So now that is in GitHub. Alright folks, this is a wrap today. We're gonna stop working on AI agents for a while now, and then we're gonna start working on TanStack Start from next Monday. It's gonna be super exciting. If you have any questions about TanStack Start, put it in the discussions. You can come and join us on Discord and leave me your questions there as well. Please make videos on these topics, also React best practices, starting front-end project, and look pretty. That looked pretty. Any advice for a complete beginner? What kind of beginner are you, Warsome? I don't have time today, but come and join us on our Discord. The link is here, bit.ly/Shruti Discord, and I'll answer your questions there. Thank you so much for joining me today, folks. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.